The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
So, I'm looking at my Twitter, and I'm looking at my X here, and Catherine Trunk says, everybody get the popcorn out. It's popcorn time, I guess. Matt Blaze and I. Dominic Carter here with you folks, 800-848-9222. Blaze, you got your popcorn with your Run DMC shirt on?
Yeah, and a lot of butter flavoring.
Oh, boy.
Because it's not butter, it's butter.
Right, butter flavoring. Right. So you're going to get us in trouble at the top of the show. Matt Blaze. But he's right, folks. Butter flavoring. I laugh when I look at that, right? You go to the popcorn aisle. I'm getting to the politics in a second. And it's 8 million popcorns, and they make it hard for me. And none of them say butter. It says, as Blaze said, popcorn flavoring, right?
Butter flavoring, and then
butter flavoring.
And now when you go to the movies, if you go to a movie theater, you have to put the butter on yourself. And now
right off to the side, right?
Right. But see, what people don't know is the butter trick.
What's the butter trick?
So now you get your popcorn, and you put butter on the top. Right?
Okay.
Well, how do you get butter to the bottom if it's only butter on the top? You know what the trick is?
So what's the trick? Go ahead.
So the trick is, everybody listening, here's the trick. You take a straw, and you put the straw into the popcorn, and then you put the butter flavoring. You hit the button, and as it drips in, it goes into the straw, and then that goes to the bottom of the popcorn container with the popcorn. And then you move the straw around to different spots so you can get the butter within the popcorn.
Oh, boy.
That's the trick.
That's how you do it. Okay, well, that's the trick. A little bit too much effort for me, but that's the trick. According to Blaze, you put a straw in the popcorn. And it reaches the bottom. Okay, all right. Let's get to the politics. This guy, put the straw in the middle to the bottom. You put the straw in the middle to the bottom. You put the straw in the middle to the bottom, Put the straw in the middle to the bottom. That's the only way I'll remember it. Put your hands together. What was it? Put your hands together. What? Come on, help me out before I get to the politics.
And you know
right.
Clap your
hands.
If
you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's the way the rappers would say it?
No, they would probably say it a little different.
Okay, folks, this guy is not even a good ambassador for the city he represents. New York City housing crisis hits DEFCON 1. Rents jumped to more than all-time highs. A report. New York City lost roughly $11 billion in revenue in one single year. Thank you, Mamdani. Florida made $21 billion in net interstate wealth. Florida gains, we lose. But I thought Mamdani was going to give you so much free stuff. Well, you know who is getting free stuff? The homeless. At a homeless encampment on Manhattan's west side, near the Intrepid aircraft carrier floating museum. Right? Beautiful place. I've been there, given a speech there. It was really nice, a bunch of young people and so on. But when I was there a few years ago, homeless people were not outside. Now you have a 12-block encampment, and they're getting free power. They are so comfortable between the drugs, the prostitution, the prostitution, the drugs. They're getting free power. And so you saw today, or a few hours ago, police officers there telling them, unplug your illegal bootleg power. So it's so nasty. What do you do over there? You shower at the fire hydrant. You shave at the fire hydrant. And this is Mamdani's New York, America. And it doesn't mean much to Mamdani, the signals that are before him, the visuals that are before him, because we all know what this means. We've been there, done that before. We know what these signals mean. Mamdani wasn't even born when we all saw these signals. And I don't know if you folks have noticed this, but I've been paying attention to this. In America, this is something that can happen to your city. But in Suffolk County, New York, which is Long Island, New York, further out, an explosive diarrhea parasite has spread to 50 people in Suffolk County as the county deals with dual outbreaks. All types of stuff going on. Cooling towers on the east side of Manhattan having to be disinfected. A lot of stuff going on, folks. But I want to start with the money, the moolah. Hey, Blaze, before I get to this Fox report, can you believe that New York City in 1 year has lost $11 billion, according to the Citizens Budget Commission, under Mamdani? $11 billion in taxable income. Can you believe that?
I can believe it, because he got elected and people said, I'm out. Later, why am I going to deal with this? To deal with all of the nonsense that has been happening and only going to get worse. And if you have the means to move out, later, they're gone.
Have you noticed the property value for your home going up yet? I haven't really. At mine, I've noticed it going up, but I haven't noticed it going up enough to put it on the market. Have you? Because people are fleeing New York City. How about you?
Well, it has gone up, but the problem is it's gone up everywhere. So it's not like you could sell something to upgrade unless you have money. And it's gone up to such an extent to where stuff that should be, say, 500,000 is like $1 million. Right. Like it's so crazy. So you're like, wow, I can get much more than I paid for my house, but you're just going to you're going to move laterally. You're not going to upgrade. Right. Because the price
it's going to have more of a monthly payment. That's it.
I look at the rents. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I don't know either. What in Manhattan is $5,000
for like a little tiny box.
Right.
Literally.
Right. Studio.
Literally.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. It is crazy. Thank you, Matt Blaze. 800-848-9222. Fox News here. Panel discussion. New York City, $11 billion. Poof. Gone. Thank you, Mamdani.
A lot of people left during COVID, but a lot of people are leaving now because this guy was elected and he wants to tax people making $300,000 or more.
Yeah, and these are people that are making $1 million or more that this study found. And look, this mayor, the city council, the DA, they haven't made it better for the city. And as a result of this, I think there's really no incentive to stay in New York. After COVID, a lot of these businesses realized they could be mobile, so a lot of them closed up their shop here. The rent prices are way too high as a result of all the taxation, and people just found Florida, Texas, Tennessee, better places to live.
That's right. And it's not only living here, LJ, it's also investing here. And we were just showing that video that was so controversial of Mamdani out front of Citadel CEO Ken Griffin's home, his apartment building. This is it right here. And he's blasting by name Ken Griffin, who's one of the biggest investors in New York City. But he also has headquarters in Miami. In his response to that video where Mamdani's hailing filing his wealth tax against guys like Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin said, okay, fine, I'm pulling an investment I was about to make in New York, and I'm moving that and spinning operations down in Miami, in Florida.
Well, these are not just numbers that one organization has come up with. These are numbers from the IRS and from federal data trackers. So this is real. New York lost roughly $11 billion in tax revenue in one single year.
One single year. He's not even a good ambassador for the city he represents. So I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex again. Liz Rosenblatt, says the lovely Liz. Dear Dominic, dear Matt, popcorn is a great snack. Why are you cracking up laughing over there, Matt Blaze? Why are you doing that? Why?
I'm just listening to what Liz has to say.
Okay. Well, you already know what she's going to say.
No butter, right? No flavor.
How did you know?
or to put like Molly, because Molly's like the fake powdered stuff you can put on. No,
Molly. You mean
it's
like
called Molly. It's the stuff.
The illegal drug?
No, it used to be a like a spice, not a spice, but it was like powdered butter. Like flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Molly.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, called Molly. Okay.
That's the first thing you think
of.
Well,
Liz here says popcorn is a great snack. Hold the butter, hold the salt, hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. So is that you let us service your way. But anyway, she says, hold the butter, hold the salt, just the popcorn. Matt and Dominic. So. Interesting. Supreme Court justices at a rare appearance for them at a Senate hearing, and I support them on this. It's across the board a 10% increase for security. Our Supreme Court justices, folks, please don't call me up and go, I don't like Barrett, so she should be, face threats. No, that's not the way this is supposed to work. We have 9 justices, and they're supposed to be protected, where they're supposed to be able to make independent decisions. You and I may not like them. We may feel that they're political. We may feel they sold President Trump out, but they still have a right to protection for them and their families, because at the end of the day, it is service to country what they are doing. And this is Justice Amy Coney Barrett testifying about the threats that she has received.
They have required me my children to think about and see things that children should not have to see or think about. One example is when threats to my life were particularly intense a few years ago around the time of the Dobbs leak. My security detail sent me home with a bulletproof vest, and I carried it into my house, put it into my bedroom, dropped it down on a table, turned around, and my 12-year-old son was standing in the doorway of my bedroom, and he wanted to know what it was and why I had it. And I didn't know how to respond, because maybe I lack imagination, but I didn't expect that performing this service was going to put me in the position of explaining to my children what a bulletproof vest was and why I had to wear one. It's also been reported in the news that roughly 6 weeks ago, I was the victim of a swatting incident. At that point, one of my teenage sons, opened the door to go out with friends and saw in our street, it was full of police cars, who had responded to a false report of gunshots and raised voices in my home.
And so we see all your telephone calls. What we're going to do at this point is take a break. When we come back, we're going to get right to them. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
The city is set to lose nearly 30,000 parking spots in upcoming years to make room for the new Empire Bin trash containers. Now, that's according to a draft environmental study released yesterday. It's all part of former Mayor Adams' plan to require buildings with 31 or more units to use these large bins on the street, which will be emptied by new trucks with robotic arms. Some 66,000 bins will be put in place throughout the city, and the initiative expected to be complete in 2032.
So now Mamdani is continuing the plan where we're going to lose 30,000 parking spots. You can't make this up. so that you can have these robotic garbage cans that the trucks can just come by and pick them up. And you can't make this up. They just don't want anybody to park or drive in Manhattan. You can have 1 million bikes, but no cars, except for the mayor's car. Okay, the mayor's car can go anywhere. Let's start with your telephone calls, Catherine. Now it's popcorn time. Wait, New Edition, they had a song. What, Popcorn Love? What was that it?
Popcorn Love. Every morning, noon, and night.
Right?
Popcorn love.
Right. Okay. All right. Mr. Barry White, a.k.a. Matt Blaze.
Popcorn Love, baby.
Popcorn Love, baby. Ooh, DMS is saying hello to you. I'm on her list because I screwed up on Saturday, Blaze.
Every morning, noon, and night, baby.
Let's begin with Joe, line 2, Trenton, New Jersey. Joe, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, try some Cheetos cheese powder on that popcorn. Excellent. It's excellent.
Okay.
I want to talk about Amy Coney Barrett. I remember during her hearings, that girl was sharp as a tack, but she has 7 kids. And those 7 kids, I thought that if she was ever made a Supreme Court justice, there's 7 targets that could influence any of her decisions. And I kind of think that maybe 1 or 2 of those decisions have been influenced by threats to her family.
Okay, but Joe, what you're doing right now, don't you see that's what's wrong with our politics? It's incomprehensible, some of the conclusions that she's reached. I may not agree with them as well. But first of all, you're making me a little nervous, Joe, because it's kind of sexist what you're saying. So a woman on the Supreme Court should not have more than 1 children? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well, you said it. Hey, wait, Joe, you set it up. I listened to you very carefully. You said she had 7 children. Those are 7 possible threats, and that it could have impacted some of her decisions. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, that's not being sexist, though, Dominic.
Wait, it's not. It's amazing, Joe. No offense. It's amazing when you talk to men, the sexism that just oozes out of their mouth, and they go, "That's not sexist. That's not what I." You literally just said, Joe, what you just did is the definition of the book definition of sexism. Are you pointing out that a man had 7 kids on the Supreme Court, a father of 7 kids? Are you doing the same treatment for a male?
Well, what would I be if I said that Donald Trump's got 11 grandchildren?
Okay, but notice my point. Did you make the same point about a man? So why are you making it about a woman?
Well, she's
because it's sexism, Joe. You can't explain it away, Joe.
I would say the same thing.
Joe, you can't explain it away. No, you didn't say the same about a man. You zeroed in on her because you don't like her decisions, and you're pointing out how many kids she has. How do you know how many kids she has? Why do you care how many children she has? That has nothing to do with her decisions. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. In a minute or two, you will hear from the owner of the Red Apple Audio Networks, John Catsimatidis, paying tribute to former Senator Lindsey Graham, now deceased. His sister sworn in today. You know, folks, I get a lot of interesting emails. And so I got to fess up, Matt Blaze, about 1 or 2 things. And I want to talk to you about Mamdani in just a second. But I receive a lot of emails, and they're always great emails, right?
Right.
Teresa Tony. This was yesterday, July 14th. And she says, "Hi, Dominic. Walter Sterling is right. I'm an RN, and this is my routine when I have an MRI. She does bullet points. I walk in the room and don't even look at the machine. I sit on the table, back to the machine, close my eyes, and immediately put the sleep mask over my eyes. The tech gives me headphones and puts on my requested music. I used to always panic during an MRI, but this routine is a game changer. She capitalizes the word game changer, excuse me. I mean it. Good luck. You're going to do great. Terry Tony from Maryland. So her heart is in the right place. Blaze, and I'm gonna read some of these emails. The next one, not tonight, but about cleaning the gutters, which I still haven't done. I did the first level thinking I'm Superman, but the second level was up really high. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. The second level was really up high. If you fall, you're going to the emergency room, right?
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't going to tell you this. I wasn't going to tell the listeners this because I didn't listen. And my grandmother used to say, boy, a hard head makes a soft ass. And boy, did it happen in my case on Saturday, right?
Uh-oh. So
I'm under fire, under the gun, because I left the street fair in Chelsea, left early because it was really hot, right? And I don't know why this happens to me. So I leave early, right? And I'm going home because my son, because of his epilepsy, he can't be in direct sun too long. It'll trigger a seizure. The flickering of the eyes, the whole routine. So every couple of minutes I have to send him inside. I thought about you. There was a McDonald's right opposite, a few feet of me. McDonald's, right?
Glad the McDonald's. So you think of me when you see a McDonald's.
Yeah, I thought about you. I thought about you. And I thought about Liz. And I said, you can't eat that, Dominic. You can't eat that. So I only had 1 quarter pounder and only had 1 order of fries. And then ordered a sausage from the guy right next to me. And the sausage was $22. Like, you got to be kidding me. But anyway. So I get home, right, and I've always thought, and I'm coming back to the issues of the day, you have this Superman mentality. You can do anything. And the listeners told me, don't get up on these ladders, Dominic. Don't do it. So at my house, we have several different security measures because talk radio can be very dangerous. People drive by my home all the time. Hey, Dominic, can I ask you? And I want to say, I'm home, man. I don't want to talk politics. But you do it right. So it's Saturday. I'm under the gun because I look on social media and Yetta is like, I showed up here to see you. Where are you? DMS is like, why are you looking down, Blaze? Don't look down. DMS was like, DMS gave me the attitude. She gave it to me. She's like, I don't run behind no man, and I'm out here in 90-degree weather to see you, and where are you? Right? So we had just missed each other, right? So I'm under the gun for that. I climb up to one of the cameras. Like, we have some cameras that are way up in trees. Thank God I didn't go way up. But I was about 6 feet above the ground on a ladder, right? And it's on like a hill. I'm not paying. I've done this a million times, right? A million times.
Right.
My son is doing something else. Normally he spots the ladder. So guess what happens with the ladder while I'm up on the ladder?
It starts to fall.
It falls.
It falls?
And
you were on the ladder?
And I was on it at the top. And I fall 6 feet down with my leg going in between. All I could think about was our listeners, right? As I'm tumbling to the ground. Now I feel like an old man, really feel like an old man, because I can't get up, and I got to blame my son. Somebody's got to be blamed for the fact that I just fell 6 feet.
So did the ladder tip, like, to the side?
It tipped.
Okay.
And I couldn't grab the tree fast enough. And so the listeners have told me not to do this. And so the ladder falls, and I look at my shin, and my shin from top to bottom is scraped completely up, top to bottom.
Oh, you're lucky.
Blood everywhere.
And you're lucky that's all you got.
I'm lucky that the bone didn't snap, right? Because it could have easily have broken, right?
Yeah.
And so now my shin is killing me as a diabetic And I know I got to stop talking about health issues, because it's depressing. But as a diabetic, whenever you have an open wound, you have to be careful, blah, 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 blah. My entire shin is killing me. And I had to put, hydrogen peroxide on it.
Yes.
And Marilyn was out of town, and normally I'm like, kiss my boo-boo and make it better. No, I'm serious. Kiss my boo-boo and make it better. But, she wasn't here, so now I got to do it myself. And, so I'm going to listen from now. People told me, don't go up on the ladder. Don't do it. And the ladder tipped, and I fall all the way down to the ground. Well, it felt like an old man.
Yeah. I could have told you that because I did fall off a ladder once.
Oh, so you too. So I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, and what happened to me was a lot worse.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I'll make it short, but let's just say I was going up the ladder, and the ladder slipped out from underneath me. So it went out, not to the side. It went out.
Right.
And I went down head first to the concrete.
Oh, boy.
30,
so I'm not
36 stitches.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I'm not going up to the second story to do.
No, unless you have a spotter.
Hire somebody.
Yeah, get a spotter.
No, I don't trust these ladders. I don't trust them.
So,
but let me. I'm sorry you had to get 36 stitches. Seriously. So, folks, we're going back to your telephone calls in a second. But the mayor of New York City, right? The mayor of New York City. I really want you to listen to this. Rapes are up in New York City. You know why Mamdani says rapes are up? Because the definition of rape has been expanded.
What I know about politics, I serve pastors over here. You cannot change the history. History is history.
Disbelief on Mulberry Street today after Little Italy was...
Matt, that's the wrong one. We are looking for soundbite 28. Mayor Mamdani on rape.
I believe the NYPD, when they put forward their numbers, what we're seeing are some of the lowest numbers that New York City has seen in recorded history, especially when it comes to murders and shootings. These are the lowest we've ever seen. And what I think is important to know is a lot of the increase in rape also comes from an expanded definition of what counts as rape, as well as survivors coming forward for acts that took place years prior. And we are thankful for them coming forward, the courage and the bravery it takes, but just to provide New Yorkers with that context. And I'm proud that in working with Commissioner Tisch, we were able to fulfill the two hopes that we had earlier in the year to provide two different command centers in the Bronx like we do in Brooklyn and Manhattan and in Queens, and to also provide additional training to officers, all within the originally authorized headcount.
So Mamdani says rape is up because the definition of rape has been expanded. You cannot make this up. This is the leader of the city. A number of churches, America, have been firebombed in New York City. And Mamdani has basically, for the first couple of days, said absolutely nothing. This from Fox News.
A word from New York City's Mayor Zohran Mamdani after a string of attacks on multiple churches. Silence is deafening from a socialist who never seems to hesitate to lecture New Yorkers about justice and intolerance. A man is federally charged with allegedly firebombing two houses of worship in Queens, and investigators have not ruled out arson in the fire that destroyed a 170-year-old Brooklyn church. That is such a heartbreak. They're still examining the evidence of possible foul play. But when churches are attacked or burned, City Hall should never go quiet. Condemning hate shouldn't be a question of politics, but this is what happens when progressive politics treat faith as an afterthought and religious institutions as something less worthy of public concern.
And that's Laura Ingraham, Fox News. Mamdani has had little to say about the church fire bombings. The owner of this network, the man that's made everything possible for me, Mr. John Catsimatidis, his lovely wife, Margot Catsimatidis. Mr. Catsimatidis on with my colleague, Greg Kelly, here in New York earlier, a few hours ago, paying tribute to Lindsey Graham, but also talking about what I mentioned to you folks, that, you know, I understand he had a heart condition, but I'm like, wait a minute here, something is wrong.
Now, Lindsey Graham, he is a giant loss to our country. When I heard he passed away, and I heard about it when I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then a few hours later, the former emir of Qatar, he passes away at the age of 74. I started to scratch my head and say, is there something going on here with the Iranians?
Oh, boy.
So, well, it was too much of a coincidence.
It could be. I mean, and poisoning people. He was just in Ukraine, for crying out loud, where poisoning people is a way of life. People forget, but what was his name?
Well, the intelligence agencies. If you check with Mossad or the KGB or British intelligence, there are certain ways they can poison people. That it's a delayed reaction, so they don't get blamed for it.
And the thing about it is, I guess it would be punishment. It would be punishment because, look, they're going to replace him with a reliable Republican. It looks like it's going to be his sister, by the way. So it would be punishment because they resent him and because he's been on, for them, our enemies, the wrong side of every issue, the American side. So that's really something. But
don't forget, maybe your audience or our audience doesn't realize it. 3-4 days before Lindsay passed away, he was making fun of the Iranians who were advertising that they're going to do away with him.
I hope we get to the bottom of it. It really could be, and now we're bombing.
I'm not sure we're going to get to the bottom of it because it's going to go down in the annals like who killed JFK.
And it's interesting that Mr. Catsimatidis says that because I have to be honest with you folks. As I said last night, I'm not big on conspiracies at all. But I'm like, wait a minute. This is just how I felt, that the senator was poisoned, a delayed poison. I mean, Matt, am I loco Diablo here? What do you think? So I am loco Diablo?
I think it's a little. I mean, when you look at the family history and that his father died at an early age of heart disease and then the aortic dissection, I'm not a conspiracy guy either, so I kind of look at that and go, is it possible? Maybe a little 1% chance to me says it's possible, but I think it was just heart disease.
Okay, and the aircraft surely didn't help.
Right.
Norman in Brooklyn, line 1. Norman, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hang on a second, Dom. Okay. All right. So this is what I was just thinking. While you were at the bottom of the ladder, you shouldn't have worried about the alligators or bears or any of that stuff. There's an invasion of rabid beavers now that are in upstate New York. So
you said rabid beavers?
Yeah, rabid beavers.
It's interesting. I really hope that my wife is not listening at home because we get these alerts all night long, and you can see these really big beavers that are outside that are destroying. They're biting through the mesh fence, screen door, all types of stuff. Somehow one got through a mesh into the kitchen, and so you may be on to something here, Norman. Seriously.
Yeah. You shouldn't worry about. Are you sure they're beavers? I mean, there are other rodents that match that description. But I don't like beavers, so stay away from beavers, Tom.
So wait a minute. So you're cool with alligators, but you don't like beavers?
Well, alligators are dignified Americans. They're American citizens.
Wait. Do they have migrant alligators? Do they have any illegals when it comes to alligators?
Yes, they're called crocodiles. Listen, every animal that has the word American in front of it is an American. American alligator, American bison, God bless them. I love the way he tossed that guy up in the air the other day. And then American eagle, of course, which is our national eagle, and everything that's American and indigenous is a wonderful thing. Even the snakes, that we have here, the copperheads and the, whatever, sidewinders and all that, These are American snakes, and they belong in America. Just, you got to learn the hell to stay away from them. That's all.
Fair enough, Norman. I'm glad you're doing better. Back to yourself. I'm late for a break, but I wanted to get you in. Time for a break. We're coming right back with more of your telephone calls.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to the phones we go this morning. Line 3, Stan in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Good morning, Stan. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. A fan, second time calling you. And I'm concerned about you on a ladder, as I had my own experience at my house.
What happened to you?
Avoiding it after age 45, and I'm now 76. But
so did you fall from the ladder?
I did not. My roofer trying to give me an estimate said, "Come on up and take a look at the shingles. I'll show it to you." I went up the ladder, got up on the roof, could not deal with such a roof angle.
Right.
Never had no balance. Could barely get back on the ladder to go back down. Never again.
Wow.
And it was, so the ladder, please. There's a time in life to forget about going up a ladder. You got to leave it to
You're
the
correct, Stan. And I thank you. I thank you for the call. You know what it is, Matt Blaze? All of the great women listeners that we have to the 3 p.m. show, the midnight show, and this is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Don't get up on that ladder, Dominic, right? And to me, it sounds like they're saying, "Oh man, don't get up on that ladder." And I guess my days of being Rambo, those days are over. I'm thinking, what? Even if I get up there and I fall, so what? I'll be okay. No problem. Man, that ladder gave on me, and on the way down, don't laugh, it only took a second, right? And I'm like, oh, God, don't break a bone. All I kept thinking about were the women listeners. What am I going to say on air if I break my leg?
They were right. They were right. They were right.
And then I hit the ground, right? True story. I can't get up. And I'm on my back. And I'm yelling at my son, and he's like, "Dad, you told me to do this, Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, you got to spot the ladder. How could you let the ladder fall? The ladder fell. I fell. I broke my leg. And so I'm on the floor, and he's trying to help me up, and I'm like, I can't get up. And I'm like, is this the way this goes in life? Am I now officially an old man? I can't get up. He's trying to pick me up, right? And I can't get up.
You need life alert? I've fallen, and I can't get up.
That's not funny. That's really not funny, Matt Blaze. And then I look at my leg, and I'm like, I talk too much, Blaze, because I'm like, I'm going to keep this one to myself. Because my wife always said, do you have to put all of our business out there on the radio? I feel like that Howard Stern movie when she miscarried and he went on and made it a skit and which was dumb. You don't do something like that. But he did it anyway, right? And so Marilyn will say, do you have to put all of our business on the radio? And so, she came back today, and I really want to say, can you kiss my boo-boo and make it better? But I was like, she don't like she in the mood.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Dominic.
You trying to tell me something? You trying to tell me something, man? Are you calling me an old man?
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
That was me. And then finally my son gets me up. Anyway, I talk too much. You talk too much, as Run DMC said. I'm back 3 p.m. Eastern. Sorry I didn't get to your calls, folks. See you then.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?